State Department's website provide you the whole instruction. So let's navigate on this website. So as we need the passport for an infant or our child, and so basically if it's your child is less than 16, then you have to visit this link, and we will visit that. So this is the web page you will see once you click on that link. So basically there are a number of steps. First you have to complete the forms, which is this DS 11, which is the same form you use to apply for an adult's passport. And then you need proof of the citizenship, basically, which is your US birth certificate of your child, or it can be if your child was born outside of US from a consular's birth record. And then the next thing you need to have is the photocopy of that evidence. And because it's about the child, so another additional thing which is not obviously needed for an adult is the relationship proof. So basically you would need like some proof which would show that you are the parent. So basically the best proof is the US birth certificate, because most probably, and our birth certificate of our child, it shows mother's name and father's name. So that's the very simple proof you can provide. Other than that, if you have any foreign birth certificates or divorce decree, because if suppose you have the sole custody of your child, because it's the child, so the government wants to make sure that you have the authority to act on behalf of your child. You are the parent who have the custody, so these divorce documents, or if you have adopted the child, the adoption decree would be important. So present ID. So when I was going through this, so I was thinking, okay, how we don't have any ID of our child. Our child is only 1 month old. So this is the ID of both the parents. Just remember, both the parents, when you are going to submit application to either the post office or different passport accepting facilities, it can be your county recorder's office. So both the parents needs to go there when you are submitting the application, because they have to take the oath. So your ID is needed. And so if it's not possible, so these are all the first of all these are all the IDs. So it's a very broad range. So basically your driver license or your state ID can work. That's the easiest one. And if suppose one of the parents are not able to go for some reason, there needs to be a statement, which is this form DS 3053, statement of consent that parent can provide with a notary public signature, because ultimately the purpose of this is that both parents are on the board. If you have the sole authority on your child, you have sole custody, then those documents should be shown, that why the other parent is not there, or if there is no other parent located, then there is this specific form, statement of exigent or special family circumstances, DS 5525. So just you need to explain like what's the reason by providing these forms with the signatures. So as we were going through, so the important thing is also to bring the photocopy of your IDs, because sometimes you can forget that. And so the next, I think, a different thing is providing the photograph of your child. Usually, as you know, the childs, they are very small human beings, and so it's sometimes hard to get their picture, but the requirement is same. It's 2x2. If you go to any Walgreens or any, I think, photo provider, photo service, they can able to know like how to take those pictures. If you're trying yourself, just try to make sure it's 2x2, it's with a white background, and it's acceptable. So this is the good representation of what kind of pictures would be acceptable of the child. So as you know, sometimes child sees there and here. So even if they are putting their hands up, it would be acceptable. But I think these are unacceptable things. If they put their hands on their mouth, or if the background is not right, or or for example, you can see this you are holding and you and at the background it's you. So that's not acceptable. So I think you have got the idea what kind of picture they are looking at. To move our focus on the DS11 form, which is the application form you need. So that's there are two different things, the form filler and the PDF form. You can download this PDF file of DS11 and then just handwritten the application and then you submit that, or you can fill it online and then download it and then again print it out. So either way you have to print it. So let's go through that application. This is the page you will come on. Now you need to click on submit and then you just move on. So if you look on this online application, this is just a form filler application. It's not kind of online, like you cannot submit it online. So it just will ask first name, last name. Just make sure, because this is the document which if it have incorrect information, then it will be like extra time for you. Then the date of birth, obviously whatever is on your birth certificate, country of birth, social security number. So if you don't have this social security number, or social security number have never been issued, for example, most probably I think the social security will the hospital will send the documents about the childbirth, and social security usually are pretty quick in providing the social security number within 2-3, I think about 3 weeks time in the mail. But for some reason you don't have that, you need to provide a written statement under penalty of perjury that your child was never issued any social security number. Otherwise you put social security number, gender, then the normal bio stuff, height, eye color, and occupation. Obviously the occupation would not be much at this time. So then we will move to next page. Okay, so obviously it's not filled up. So okay, the next set of information is the contact information, the mailing address, and is it permanent, and what's the good medium of communication should be. Email address, obviously that would be your email address, and then the phone number. If you have a travel plans, you need to provide that information, but if it's a not required field, so it's not kind of required. So obviously we don't have anticipated any travel plans, so you leave it blank. You'll also need you to provide the emergency contact. Obviously that would be you. One of the parent can put their name. Information you need to provide what kind of passport you need, like a passport book, which is a standardized book, and then there is a passport card. So passport card is usually used if you are traveling through land borders, through Canada and Mexico. So you can use your passport card, but you cannot use your passport card if you are doing an air travel, even to Mexico or Canada or any other country. So if you live near any kind of, I think, border, US, Mexico or Canada border, and you travel a lot by land, so you can use passport card. Otherwise I think a standardized book would be enough. Next piece of information is the child's parents. So just remember, as it also mentions here, that basically it's your names which you will be putting, and just don't means the applicant is your child, not you. So put the information, father's name, mother's name, and then the spouse of applicant. Obviously your child is not married, so it would be no. Information is list the other names your child had or probably you have used somewhere. So most probably, I think if your child is I think newborn, so most probably there is no other names. So at present, these are the fees you have to provide. It's the passport book, $100. If you also applied for the card, it's $15. So the passport card, as I mentioned earlier, cannot be used for an air travel. If you're applying for both, it's $115. So If there is a file search which need to be done, then it's $150. And basically when they talk about the file search, there is an optional fee for new application without proof of citizenship. So basically through DHS or through USCIS, means your child's proof of citizenship would be looked upon, or if you claim that your child was born in US, then a search fees is applicable of $150. But in this case we don't. So this is the fees you have to pay. In addition to these fees, if suppose I select 115, we need both, and we only need like a standard copy. Our child would not be flying around a lot. So let's see that it would be coming up. This $35 is the acceptance fees, is the execution fee. The facility who is accepting application, like the post office or your county recorder's office, or any facilities which accept passport application, that's their fees. So most probably they will ask you to provide payable to your acceptance facility. So you need to provide two checks. One check is for Department of State, another is for the facility where you're submitting your application. There is another way. If you are applying in emergency, like you have a travel schedule within 14 days, you can apply the US passport or submit that to one of their regional passport offices, which is only kind of, if you talk about California, it's in San Francisco. So there you don't have to pay any acceptance facility fees, this processing fees. And you can also get it quickly, you can get it same day. So but if you are not in a hurry, then you don't have to spend, because don't have to spend an expedited fees or anything. But if you want expedited, yeah, means then you can spend that. You complete the payment information section, then it provides you the next step, which is very good. How to submit your forms, and if you're minor, you must establish proof of citizenship and proof of relationship between the child applicant. Then inside United States, both parents must appear at the acceptance facility. Outside, it's the US consulate. So what to submit with your forms? It's the one recent passport size photo, and then your correct fees, proof of citizenship, proof of relationship. Then you print out this DS11 form, which is already filled out, and you just select I have read, and it needs to be a single-sided paper, just make sure. And then you just click on print form, and then it will just gives you a PDF file which you need to print, and that's it. Then you set up, then the next step is to set up the appointment, because that's the important part, because this is not like submitting online. So you need to first accept any appointment dates from the acceptance facility, and you need to locate that. So this is the locate feature of their online. So if we put for example our zip code, and so it would, I hope it would show nearby. So these are some of the locations where we can submit our application, and so you need to go to these locations, set up the appointment. Some of these locations are backlogged, so there are only certain number of days, and they only accept certain number of people or application. So you need to make an early appointment. The actual application, so these are the instruction. This is the first page. It provides a whole lot of instruction, what kind of documents are accepted. And then at the page number 5, these will be pre-filled through the application process you did online. So these will be all pre-filled. So that's the page number 6. As you remember, parental information, and are you married, permanent address, all that. So the application is very simple. It's only 2 pages. So this would be the complete format. So you need to print that completed downloaded PDF file, and then you need to go to your appointment at an acceptance facility, which I showed you how you can look where are the acceptance facilities. So there is a backlog at most of the facilities. We were just able to get like after 2-3 weeks there is an appointment near our county recorder's office, so we chose that. And so that's the way you just take all your documents. Both the parents should go there with the picture, with your proof of citizenship, and also the parental relation, and both the parents. And then you just submit and then hope for the best that the passport comes in the mail sooner. I think you have got some useful information out of this video. So just stay tuned for upcoming videos, and subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.